Oscar Onley finished fourth at the Tour. He posted his powered air, so I thought, let's go have a look what he's been doing in the last couple of weeks. So I've just picked out some rides just to kind of show you, just mainly last 2 weeks or so. So today, what did he do? This was actually a pretty big ride, 4.5 hours, 275 normalized. He's doing some under over cadence work on some of the efforts, and others were just flat. Actually, these might all have been flat. No, the first two were all 340 watts, 310 watts. This one, you can see there's some definite low cadence block here at like 50 RPM. The average is 68, which is a lot lower than his usual ones. Again, this one, you can see there's large chunks when he's doing like 360 watts, 60 RPM. It's not like torque work per se, but it is obviously still somewhat at that kind of low cadence work. Does a sprint as well, 1100, but we'll see more from that in a minute. But yeah, just interesting, pretty standard pro cycling. Get some tempo in, get some over-unders in, build some endurance, not too surprising. This ride, very, very similar as well. You can see 15 minutes, 300 watts, a little bit easier. And then also there was some more kind of just standard 350 watts, like nothing too crazy, 21 minutes, 330. So all pretty standard stuff, just a bit of tempo. Getting it done early season. This was just a pretty standard endurance ride. On the climbs, like 280, 290 seemed to be how hard he'd ride. On the flats, a little bit more mince, like 250 watts-ish. So on this part here, you can see like the average for the ride is still 230. So it's still fairly significant. On this climb, again, 300 watts. So a little bit easier than his tempo rides, but not actually crazy amount easier. Obviously, like overall, yes, but 300 watts for this climb is not insignificant. So you see there's a lot of just like high zone 2 work, bit of low zone 2 work. This ride is pretty interesting as well. This is like not maybe what you'd expect. So it goes out, rides kind of mid-endurance, 240 watts, nothing too crazy. Then does 8-minute warm-up, 360 watts, and then gets into some micro bursts. So the first one here is some 30s. So these were average 400 watts. So pretty hard, to be fair. 30 seconds on, 470. And then when he was off, there was still 290 watts. So more like a UAE style, not complete mince in between. So yeah, pretty hard efforts to begin with. Next set was some 40-20s as well. So this was like 5 minutes 45. Actually, these could have been 30-15s now I think about that would actually make more sense. So here was like 30 seconds, 470 watts. And then on the 15, I think these are a bit more mince, still 300 watts. So actually not maybe what a typical set of these you'd expect. But yeah, this was like 6 minutes of 30-15s. And then the last one was 40-20s. So these, again, 414 average for the ons was like 470 watts. For the offs, again, these look a little bit harder than you expect, 290 watts. So again, like not full mince at all. So yeah, interesting to see he's doing so much VO2 in the winter. Obviously just to keep it, like he's not doing a lot in terms of like every session, but it's interesting that he's doing like a fairly decent session here. Like, okay, it's towards the end, so still getting good aerobic adaptations at the beginning of the ride, but still like, you know, it's not an easy ride. Hour 320 normalized, I guess for him is not crazy, but interesting to see anyway. And the rest is also quite big as well, so like not maybe as hard as you'd expect they could be. But yeah, interesting to see he's doing VO2. Maybe with Tour Down Under, it's not too crazy. This ride was actually pretty interesting. So it looks like 220 average, 270 normalized, but it's actually sprints. Now, again, this just keeps him top end, but they're pretty impressive numbers, I have to say. 25 seconds, 940 watts. He's not a big unit. 20 seconds, 1,000 watts. 30 seconds, 900 watts. 30 seconds, 900 watts. Like, he loses a bit over the duration, but generally pretty good. So, yeah, like, pretty crazy numbers, I think, actually, for a GC guy. Like, 30 seconds, 900 watts almost is not easy at all. And, yeah, like, it kind of makes sense. There was been studies saying 30-second sprints can keep a lot of your top end, so he's actually done a lot here. You can see there's more sprints than that's going on, so actually, yeah, pretty hard ride all in all. This was another just tapper endurance ride, 230 watt average. Like, this actually is really easy for him for sure. So he's just cruising around, enjoying life. And then again, similar ride in terms of easy, but starts off relatively hard, but 315 watts, heart rate 157, so nothing too crazy. And then after that, again, you can see 190 watt average, real mince. I assume he's going mountain biking here or something, because that's not a road ride. But yeah, mince. So still not taking it too seriously. And again, this is one of the last ones we're looking at. And yeah, again, this was just like some more sprints, and otherwise pretty easy endurance, 220 watts in between, and then sprints. So interesting to see what he's up to. I think in general it's pretty common to do some tempo, but I think doing the flat out VO2 stuff, it's interesting to see. There's a lot of talk about it, but it's interesting to actually see people doing it in November. So anyway, cheers for watching. Hope you enjoy this video. I'll see you in the next one.